So today I have a couple of community experiments that I want to dive into. This is basically things that people have been sending me to check out. So let's start with the AI client provider for Mistral. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, let's go back. So WordPress has a WP AI client. And essentially what that does is that allows you to connect your WordPress site to any LLMs and then use the LLMs within your WordPress site. So the Mistral provider essentially allows you to use Mistral models. So I want to see what this is all part of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clone the repository and see if we can get it to work that way. Yeah, the vendor directory is not there, which might explain why it's not working as a plugin. Okay, all good. So let's go back here. Let's need to remove the AI client provider from Mistral. Okay, and then let's clone. Okay, while that's doing that, I'm going to switch over to my terminal because I just like working in a separate terminal versus the one in PHP Storm. Let's close that. Studio, WordPress, take content, plugins. Provider for Mistral. And then it's probably going to be a case of composer installing. Yeah, composer install. Okay, so that should now work. So let's go back to plugins. Yeah, still getting an error. I think you need to. We're going to need to include the autoloader. Let's try that. So now if I go to my AI SDK demo, this should work. Now how I'll know this is work is because this is using AI to generate that message. So it is working, and that was pretty quick. So let's go back into posts and let's just trash the post. And let's go back to the demo and let's go WordPress haiku via Mistral, and the prompt is a WordPress development haiku. Go development haiku. Let's see if that works. That was pretty snappy, I must say. Mistral seems to be a lot faster than other avenues that I was using today. But there it is. There's the post. It has created it. Okay, it actually like returns. So it's returning different. That's interesting. It's returning different content. If you have a look at my client and my plugin, it actually does some work to strip out some stuff. Trying to find it here quickly. Oh, it adds a prompt to say make sure the response uses WordPress block edits and markup, which Mistral hasn't done. It's using Markdown format. So that's more of a like model thing than anything else. I mean, it works. So that's cool. Okay. Let's move on to Claude-to-Block. So, like I says, Claude-to-Block is a complete model context protocol integration for WordPress that enables to publish blog posts directly through conversation. So you need WordPress 6.9 or newer, PHP 7.4 higher, and the MCP adapter plugged in. And then you need to install this plugin. And then you can activate it, and then you can set up the bridge. So it's made for Claude specifically, Claude Code or Claude Desktop. Let's do this in Claude Code. Why not? I'm not a fan of Claude Desktop, so I'll do it in Claude. So let's actually go through the process. So we've got the MCP adapter installed. Now we need to copy this Claude publisher ability. So I'm going to create one plugin. So it's called Claude publisher ability. There. And then I'm going to copy the development projects Claude-to-Blog Claude publisher ability to Claude publisher ability. Done. So now I should have the plugin. Here we go. It's one plugin file. It registers the publishability, registers published post. There's a testability, the published post ability, update post, list posts, permission checks. Good job, man. Publish post handler. Good stuff. Set the post, handle tags, get the object, return the object, update, good. Listing posts. Notice. Okay, so it's just registering abilities. Okay, cool. So based on that, if I enable this plugin now, okay, I should be able to, with the default MCP server, I should be able to publish a post. So let's see if we can do that. So let's say I'm going to close the MCP.json and I'm going to say publish a post on local WordPress site titled WordPress haiku and generate a haiku for the post content. That should work theoretically. Let's see what happens. Okay, so there's discover abilities. It's discovered there's an ability it can use. All good. Publish the post. Let's check. Yep, that works. Good stuff. Nice. So while we're at it, this would be a good time to install the MCP Tracker. And then we can see what that does. So let's go back to, let's go MCP, can I disable Claude add WordPress, so Claude MCP remove WordPress. I guess Claude MCP remove WordPress. Okay, that seems to be working out. Okay, so let's close this down. Let's close that down. Let's switch back to WordPress and use the MCP WordPress remote bridge. So that's this guy. Okay, so now let's install the MCP Tracker. I'll plug in MCP Tracker. Okay, there's a tracker. Cool. The one thing I would suggest, guys, is, or girls, people, if you're going to be installing something that's like a tool, like MCP tracking, add it to the tools menu. Like, unless it's doing a lot of things and it needs a top level menu, add it to the tools menu. It's just better, personal opinion. But anyway, let's create some MCP requests. So let's say list the last 10 published posts on my WordPress site. So that's going to do some things. It's using Lax's list posts ability, which is cool. So there's all the posts. Excellent stuff. Most recent first year, whatever. Okay, then let's say create a post in draft on my site about testing new WordPress community AI plugins. Refer to the following list. And then let's give it the list. So let's say, let's do it this way. Let's give it some context. So let's say, using the last 10 posts to get an idea of my writing style. Create a post in draft on my site about testing these new WordPress community AI plugins. Okay, so it looks like it's created the post. Let's go and have a look at what the post looks like. There we go. If you've been following WordPress development all this year, that's kind of how I start things. So there we go, blog post. It talks about all the projects. I may actually use this. Happy hacking. I would say that. I would usually say happy coding. Happy hacking, I'm perfectly fine with. Just convert it to blocks. You may see a version of this published on my blog sometime soon. Okay, cool. So that all works. Oh, I didn't even check out the MCP tracker. Let's go see what the MCP tracker's got. There we go. So there's the ability that was executed. Looks like these failed or something. So nice one, guys. Looks like it picks up all abilities available on the site. Filter by users. Nice one, people. I like it. So if you want to install this one on your site, you can then track any kind of MCP requests to your WordPress site. So check that one out. MCP Tracker. It's on the WordPress org repositories. Works well. Simple. I like single-use plugins that do one thing and do one thing very, very well. So well done, people. I'm going to ping the developer who's shared this with me afterwards and tell him, from what I can see, nice job. Okay, let's go back to Ability Scout. I'm guessing it's that abilities. Yeah, probably this one. So you select a plugin. It's going to tell you what abilities could be registered. Cool. Don't quite know what I would do with all this. It's basically scanning the code and telling you. So there's functionality, obviously. So it's obviously import post meta. Let's have a look here. No. Not what I wanted. So essentially what it looks like this is doing is it's finding actions and filters by the looks of it. right? It's finding actions, filters, and rest routes that could be potential abilities. Interesting. That's it for me, folks. I will see you hopefully next week. Have a great rest of your Friday and rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.